Well, good morning. It's another day. Looks like another beautiful day. It's supposed to be warm today. I'm here at the Clyde Smith shelter where I spent the night last night. The family that I met several days back. They're the six pack. Yeah, they were here last night, but they were set up here in the woods in 3 different 2-person tents. There's 6 of them. They're very nice, very friendly, very helpful, making their way to Maine. Anyway, at the Clyde Smith shelter, there was one other guy here, Toad. He and I were in the shelter, and the family was up in their tents. But it's a neat shelter. There's room up above for a couple, and then on the main platform down here. Interesting thing that I saw last night is that this shelter has an outlet. It's not connected to anything, but it has an outlet. It's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, got the hangs from the ceiling for your packs to keep the mice off of it. Guess this was a Clyde Smith Spring Eagle Scout project. Curtis Baird, Piney Flats Troop 4, May 2009. Awesome. It's cool that they did that for us. So, as always, one last or triple check around to make sure he didn't leave anything behind. And on down the trail we go. Today on the agenda is Roan Mountain. So the highest elevation since the Smoky Mountains. So there's the shelter. I'll see you down the trail. It's going to be a great day. So yesterday morning, as I was packing up my camp, rolling my tent up and those sorts of things, the six-pack family came by my campsite and said hi. They had stopped maybe a couple miles further back than me because they started that day further back. But anyway, they came by yesterday morning and we talked about the detour. And there's a lot of controversy on the trail. Do you take the detour or do you go through the trail that's closed? Word was that the trail that was closed wasn't that bad, and that the detour, because of a couple of very steep dirt hills, was harder than the actual trail itself that was closed. So there's that controversy, and the six-pack family was talking about it, and so was I. Well, we both the six-pack family and myself decided to take the detour because it's the right thing to do. And it sure knocked the steam out of my sails, though. Those steep, very, very steep uphills. And then the downhill was difficult also. But I was happy when I saw that they were at the shelter when I got there last night. I've run into them several times since Sam's Gap. And it was so nice when I got there. One of their little girls, her trail name's Tunes, said that I asked where the water source was, and they said it's about 0.2 down that trail right there. And it's flowing really good, but it's really steep. And Tunes said, "Can I go get your water for you?" Wow, what a blessing for me that was. I didn't want to go any further, and she was so happy and excited to do it. So, what a great family they have, and it's good to see that they're out here on the trail. Nice little overlook here, about a mile up from Clyde Smith Shelter. Cloudy today. Going to be some rain moving in tomorrow, but today's looking pretty good. See some farms down there, some houses along the road. Very pretty. Well, for some reason I have a hard time figuring it out, but I believe that either this peak right here or the one behind it is Roan Mountain. So that's on my agenda for today. It's kind of hard to figure out. I think that might be it straight across, but the one behind it looks taller. So I guess we'll see. Not too far down the path. Just walking along here, I guess maybe a few miles from the shelter that I was at. And it's interesting to see power pole and a street light. Wonder if there's an outlet over there I can charge my battery bank up. Yeah, probably not. This is Hughes Gap Road. A little gravel off to this side, pavement off to this side, and a crosswalk. I have the right of way, right? Well, there's nobody else around, so I guess it doesn't matter. For quite some time, the section that I've been passing has had a fire ban. It's been very dry. I've heard there are a number of fires in the vicinity, wildland fires, and all of the downed trees are of concern. So no fires, doesn't really impact me. I've only had a fire one night at a shelter, and that was back about a week ago, where G started a fire at the shelter, and it was nice that evening. But I've got too many things going on when I get to the shelter, because it's usually not super early when I get there, and have to do dinner and get a tent set up or get settled in the shelter and things like that. So I don't really worry about fires too much. So it says the Hughes Gap is 4,040 feet. Roan High Knob is 5.2. Carver's Gap, North Carolina, 6.6. Stan Murray Shelter, that's where I'm hopefully headed, 10.3. And then 19E is 21.4. That's where I'm planning to be tomorrow night, hopefully. Needing some water. Where's Tunes when I need her? The Far Out app says that there's a piped spring down here that puts out about 1 liter in 10 minutes. So we'll see. I need about 2 liters. I've also heard that it's pretty dry on up the trail, up and over Roan Mountain, because there hasn't been any rain. Met a southbounder, and she said that it was dry. So I want to get at least 1.5 liters to carry with me. Let's see what we have here. Should have brought my dipping cup just in case, I guess. Oof. Oh, there you go. That's not bad. So there's what we have. That'll work. Coming out of the hillside. Okay, here we are at Carver's Gap, elevation 5512. Over there's North Carolina. We're in Tennessee. Keep flip-flopping back and forth between them all. And then the trail Goes right up from the gap. Off we go. Yeehaw. (19E), 14.8 miles. Well, I guess that's a shot of Roan Mountain from the AT just on the north side of Carver's Gap. It's grassy, bald up here. It's kind of pretty. Clouds are starting to look a little more intimidating. Somebody up here in a hammock between the trees. And I'm heading about another 3.5 miles to a shelter. So I should be able to make it. It's pretty up here. Something I read said that parking spot was a popular place to park to hike in the Roan Highlands. I believe that's what it said. So I guess I'm in the Roan Highlands. I didn't even have to park there. It is pretty.